Hi, in today's video I'm going to be setting up Noodle's cage, and I don't know if you can tell but I have a bit of a cold, but that's okay because hamsters can't catch human colds. And I also bought these two things from Pets at Home. I have a jar of wood branch and also a whimsy tube. So the reason I want to do different cage setup is because when she got a new wheel, I didn't really like where it's placed. It feels quite closed because there's a wheel on each side, just keeping that in. And it's been the same for a while, so I just thought I'd mix things up a bit as well. These are all the accessories that were in her cage, as well as this present-shaped candle holder, which I just use as a hide, that I need to clean out, and this little jar as well, and also one of those coconut hides. So I'm not planning to put all this back in, but I'm going to put as much as I can fit. So this is her cage right now, so I'm just going to dust off the bedding off the platforms and just make it look a bit neater again. If she's awake, I'm going to not bother her though, because she doesn't really know what's going on. This is what her cage looks like now, so I'm going to start putting in some accessories. The first thing I'm putting in her enclosure is her wheel, and I wasn't sure how big it was, so I just measured it, and it's about 11 inches. So I did want to put it here, but then I realised that as soon as I close the lid, it's just touching the wheel, so it can't spin properly, which is really sad. So I've decided to put it in here, which is at a bit of an angle, but it doesn't really matter because it's a wheel. And it's also good here because she has a little burrow entrance to her underground hive, which is just a cardboard box that I cut some holes in. So she can burrow under that, which is the top here. She can burrow under there without being squished or anything like that. The next biggest thing is her cork log, and the reason I do it from biggest to small is because when I put in the larger accessories, then I can fit the small things around it, which I think makes it a lot easier. But there's, I think, only one place I can really put it, which is along here, because there's platforms. The other places, and I kind of want it to bury it a bit because she's quite small. I've put it right there, and it's a bit buried, as you can see, so I like it like that. Now I'm going to put in this hide just because I know exactly where I want it to go. It's kind of like a mini multi-chamber hide, and I always like to put that over this entrance because it's nice and big and it makes her feel safe to go down and burrow in there, I think. So she really likes that when I have it there. So the next thing is a sand bath, which is a bigger one because she has two. It's really heavy. I think I'm going to put it there. This is Noodle's foraging box. It has just different types of paper and some boredom breakers in there. And last time I had it there, which I really liked, but I kind of want to change something up a bit. So I'm going to put it here. I'm going to bury it. I'm going to put it there for now, and I can always move it if I change my mind. I don't have any hides that will fit nicely on here, so I'm just using this bendy bridge at the moment. I also noticed this is quite a good spot because I have this small vase here that's camouflaged. I forgot I put that in, that I can use for sprays, so that'll make a nice little fake corner over here. Next I have this jar of aspen bedding, which is completely clean. It just mixed up with some bedding, and I didn't want to throw it away because it's still perfectly fine to use. That fits quite nicely there, so I'm gonna put it there. Next is her 8-inch Night Angel wheel, and I know it seems weird that she has two wheels, but I think she likes it since she's a very active hamster. Next I'm just going to add in this little jar of some herbs and flowers. I'm not sure exactly what's in there, but it's just a few mixes from Pets at Home all in together. Next I have a smaller sand bath, which is just in a little yellow tray. By the way, I used the Night Angel Desert Sand. Next I have this tunnel from Pets at Home that I'm just going to put here because I think it fills this gap quite nicely. Next I have this ghost hideout, which is a candle holder from Tiger, which just has some beach chips inside. This pumpkin hideout is also a candle holder from Tiger. I decided to move the ghost next to the small sand bath and then have this green house-shaped hide over that side instead. This is a strawberry hide from Pets at Home with some moss inside that she can dig in and forage for, and I'm just going to put that in front of her sand bath. Over here I've just got a small water dish on top of a slate tile that I got from Amazon, and her water bottle, which I'm going to place there. I moved her water bottle and I put her piece of grapevine wood there instead, so now I need to figure out where I'm going to put that. I've put her other slate tile and her water bottle between the herb jar and the ghost hide, where it fits quite nicely. I moved over this wooden tunnel so that I could have her new Java branch over her smaller sand bath, just so she could feel kind of protected when she was in there. Next, I'm adding this small dish of some cut up cardboard to use as a substrate by the greenhouse hide. Now I'm going to put this wooden tunnel that is filled up with seeds and dried vegetables over by her wheel. I also have these 3 pumpkin Halloween dishes that I'm going to add in as well. I moved her water dish so that I can fit one here. They are quite close together, but there weren't really many other spaces to put them, so I didn't mind that too much. I'm adding this small coconut hide over the entrance to her underground burrow box, and this toilet roll tunnel just underneath this Java branch. Now for the finishing touches. This sorghum spray has almost been completely eaten, but there are still a few seeds. Also, it's my last piece, so I'm just going to let her finish this off before I throw it away. I'm not sure what this spray is called, but I think Noodle quite likes it, so I'm going to add it in. I've added it over the top of her herb jar so that it can offer her some shelter when she forages in it. For the remaining sprays, I sorted them into sprays that I'm going to throw away, long sprays and short sprays. So for the long sprays, I've added them in the little vase that I think I mentioned earlier over here, and I added the short sprays at the aspen jar at the back. I'm also going to add this really curvy, for some reason, millet spray in the back corner over here. I also decided to add a coconut hide on top of this herb vase because it fits quite nicely and she'll feel more protected. I'm also going to add some rocks for foraging over in this corner. It's also a different texture and helps trim her nails down. I added the rest into her sand bath for, again, something to forage in and a different texture. I also bought her a new whimsy tree, which I'm just going to break in half because it's quite big for her. I'm putting one piece in her aspen dig box and one piece for her to find on her wheel. I'm going to put this corn cob right there. I also switched the Java grapevine wood around, which means I have to move the things underneath them a bit as well. I added a small pine cone next to her wheel. I shuffled some of the sprays around so I could add in this big spray, which I can't remember what it is, sorry. I moved the long sprays to where the short sprays were, and then the short sprays over here by the wheel in the vase. Finally, I sprinkled some herbs all over the enclosure. Here is the finished result. If you like the video, please consider liking and subscribing, as well as commenting if you think I should do more videos like this. Thanks for watching. Bye!